Instagram Stories Flash Briefing. I'm your host, Daniel Hill. Did you know that you could find me on Instagram at Daniel Hill Media? I always post cool stuff over there, but also my Facebook group because I like to keep it fresh. Today's top story comes from Bloomberg.com. Title, Instagram brings in more than a quarter of Facebook sales. That headline doesn't actually do it justice. In 2019, Instagram brought in $20 billion in advertising revenue for Facebook. Now compare that to the entire YouTube platform, which had $15.1 billion in ad sales. Instagram as a whole generates more money than the entire YouTube platform. Fascinating. That is huge. Let's just take a step back and see why that's such a big deal. If you remember back to 2012 when Facebook bought Instagram for $1 billion. If you were to break that number down, it was actually $300 million in cash and 23 million shares of stock. Regardless, Facebook bought it for $1 billion and now it makes $20 billion per year. That is absolutely crazy. So where does that money come from? It's strictly from ads. Instagram had no model for bringing in revenue when it was acquired by Facebook. Now, Instagram makes money the same way Facebook does, by selling ads that look like regular posts in the main feed and in stories. Facebook has increased the frequency of ads on Instagram in the past couple of years. You now see an ad every 2 to 3 posts every time you open the app. And that really has helped Facebook's bottom line as the market becomes more saturated. However, there is one thing I want to point out in comparison between Instagram and YouTube. Google didn't disclose what YouTube's costs are, but it has said that it shares more than half of its advertising revenue with video creators and spends heavily on video bandwidth. Instagram does not share any of its ad revenue with content creators at all. That is a key differentiator, and that is a really big thing that I think is going to hinder Instagram going forward. So the question is, how do you capitalize on this? Well, if you want to grow a following and you have a budget for ad dollars, Instagram is definitely the place to do it. And absolutely, if you're going to put that money towards stories, if you have a really cohesive ad strategy and something that is really eye-catching and attention-grabbing, and it's been filmed in the right aspect ratio for Instagram stories, that is absolutely the best use for your advertising dollars in this platform. If you would like to discuss this article or get to know the other hundreds and hundreds of cool people who listen to this flash briefing every single day, you can join my Facebook group, The Instagram Stories, at facebook.com/groups/IG Stories, where you can find this article and many more. Thanks for listening.